you for just under 10 minutes or so before KT will be taking over in the indoor cricket this evening. Well done to Pembroke. They have beaten Hook in the indoor playoff. Neyland were crowned champions, so Pembroke will also now go forward with Neyland to play in the Welsh playoffs. So good luck to them. Neyland have set the standard for indoor cricket in Pembrokeshire. Pembroke will be looking to fight hard as well. They've beaten Hook this evening in Neyland. And once again, we have a really good indoor cricket season, Gordon, don't we, in the county? And it's been well supported again this year.
Yeah, definitely. There's been a few more teams this season, I think, as well, Ben, which is great. I know Neyland are the standout side. They've done so well over the years. Been Welsh champions on quite a few occasions, and the holy grail is to try and get to that final in Lords. I know they'd be trying hard to do that again this season, but I have to say the standard's been raised as well. Young team in Hook, they might have lost tonight, but they are a good side for the future. If they stick together over the next few seasons, they could be, taking on Neyland and beating them in a couple of years' time if those youngsters stay together. That's a bit of a prediction, but I believe they're good enough to do it. And
No.
Pembroke have got some talented lads, especially Jack Harris as well, in the batting mode. I'm sure he had a decent knock tonight. It's good to see that everybody's getting behind the format in a great facility down the Neyland Hub Centre as well.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, good stuff. Well done to Pembroke this evening, joining Neyland through to the Welsh Championships. Let's just turn our attention to the Six Nations. It's crept up on us, and we were saying off air, Gord, it's gone so quickly since Christmas and the New Year break. And
Yes.
all of a sudden, the Six Nations are just a couple of weeks away. The Wales squad has been confirmed, certainly for the first game with France. Will be captained by Jack Morgan. But we need to give a mention to two Pembrokeshire lads in the squad, Kemsley Matthias and Sam Parry, named by Warren Gatland. And both of them, really deserving of their place. And hopefully for Parry in particular, he'll get some minutes this time because he's been really unfortunate over the years for one reason or another, injuries at the wrong time, that he's not quite had the game time he maybe deserves, Gord.
No, definitely. Sam is a very talented hooker, and only have to have a look at his stats playing for the Ospreys over the seasons. He's the top performing hooker in the Welsh regions. There's no question about that. Disappointingly, he announced his international retirement more on frustration with what was happening with Warren Gatland and the Welsh squad. But with things not going quite to plan this season in the hooker department, Sam has still been playing brilliantly, and hopefully they have resolved their issue, and he is going to be playing for Wales in the Six Nations come in a few weeks' time. He should be there or on the bench. He should certainly be involved. And also Kemsley Matthias, who plays loose head for the Scarlets, another Haverfordwest lad who's done really well over the last few seasons. He was involved in the autumn series. He didn't get a lot of game time. I'm hoping this time around that he'll get a bit more game time, and I'm hoping that Wales will actually pick up a couple of wins. It's going to be hard. They've made a few announcements where there's been a surprise where some of the senior players aren't involved, but you get that in all squads. Gatland's a shrewd character. He knows what it's all about. It's just having the quality to go out there and be able to play to his game plan and get some results. So hopefully that will happen this time around.
It is sod's law, really, isn't it? That when you've got a coach under pressure, maybe trying to find his best side for the tournament, that you start with France away on the opening night of the competition. That wouldn't be the one you'd want, really, would it?
No,
Ideally,
it don't get any tougher, does it?
no.
To go to Parc de France and play France, who are a very, very, very good side, and Dupont playing at scrum half, probably the world's best player at this moment in time. It's not a great opener, is it? But yeah, it is what it is. We've been there before and won, so you've got to be optimistic. As long as they put in a good performance, and hopefully it'll put them in good stead for the rest of the internationals.
Yeah, indeed. Let's just tick off some of the local rugby from the weekend, Gordon, before we hand over to KT. A couple of things to call out actually from Saturday. Well done to Crimmock, who haven't found life easy at
No.
stages this season in the championship, but they had a win actually. They beat Astel Avera at 31-19 at the weekend at home at Park Lloyd Thomas. So that's a good win for Crimmock, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. They needed that. They've worked hard all season, and it's always great to get a W. And beating us to the Rivera is, you can only beat what's in front of you. And thankfully, they've got their new year off to a bang. So hopefully it'll give them confidence, and they can grow into it as the season comes to the business end in the spring.
One thing we haven't said on the show this year, or this season, in fact, is that Tenby have lost a league game, but they did in Division 1 West at the weekend. Their first defeat in the league after 9 wins on the bounce. They lost 34-20 away to Aberystwyth, didn't they, at the weekend?
Yeah, both sides know each other very well because Aberystwyth were involved in District 8 rugby years ago when Tenby were playing them regular. So but they both know each other's game inside and out. And this time, Aberystwyth came out on top. So Tenby will regroup. They'll still perform very well. I can see them going on to possibly win that title and possibly get promotion. But that's a little blip for the Seasiders on Saturday.
Just keep. I think John Evans will say disappointed to lose, but just keep them grounded maybe as well with the matches ahead. And on pembrokeshiresport.co.uk, Bill Khan's featured game with a good match report actually was a big win for Haverfordwest in Division 3. They beat Kev Nathan 33-0. That was a resounding victory, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Blues will be delighted that they lost the previous week to Tikrois at Tikrois 14-10. A team that they felt they should have beaten, but they didn't. But they turned it around last Saturday by beating Kev Nathan, who are actually bottom of the section, I believe. But you still got to beat what's in front of you. And Haverfordwest did it comfortably. I think they got a bonus point win. So well done to the Blues.
Yeah, indeed. Pembrokeshiresport.co.uk, full coverage of the weekend's matches, loads of photos, loads of match reports on there as well. We are almost done. I did say I'd give a mention actually to our old friend who we've had on the show a couple of years ago now, but Kevin Heyer, who's the general manager at Voslas. I was talking to him earlier because they did a really good thing at the weekend. 72 hours notice, racing was moved from Wetherby in Yorkshire to Voslas in Carmarthenshire because of frozen conditions.
Incredible.
I mean, it was pretty cold in Carmarthenshire over the week, wasn't it?
He got his hairdryer out and he was on the course all night.
He did. And knowing Kev as well as we do, I wouldn't rule that out. But
no, I know.
I know he was really proud of his team for getting that on at 72 hours notice. And there was some Pembrokeshire interest as well, riding in some of the races at Voslas at the weekend. So well done to everyone. And we will catch up with Kev on the show at some point to talk more about that. Gordon, thank you. I've enjoyed your company. Great to be back with you this Monday evening. We will be back again next week from 7 until 9. But we are handing over to KT with the Mood Train on Pure West next. Good night.